Peace and blessings. This is Joshua Benavides, founder of the Transformative Coach Institute. And I'm doing this short video because I've been getting a lot of questions. And there's one question that seems to be the most popular one. People really want to know, what is transformative coaching in the way that we see it, in the way that we teach it here at the Transformative Coach Institute. So I'd like to take a moment to just share with you a couple of reflections on that. The way that it occurred to me to share it with you in a way that hopefully will make some sense is the word itself, transformative. Yeah. The word trans means to go beyond. And formative, well, there's a few things that we can point out in that word as it relates to what transformative coaching actually is. When we look at our formative years, when we talk about it, what do we really mean? What we usually mean is that there's an identity that's being formed. There's a set of beliefs that are being formed, certain points of view, stories, narratives, all of these things are part of our formative years. And what gets created is this form that we then refer to as ourselves and as the outpicturing of our lives. And so transformative means to go beyond the formation of these identities, these stories, these perceptions that we're living in, much like a fish is living in a fishbowl, where we can't even tell, we don't even notice that we are living in the atmosphere of our own thinking. And so transformative coaching is a process and an opportunity to go beyond the conditioning that we received during those formative years that are perhaps still today affecting our decisions, affecting how we show up in the world, affecting our relationships, affecting our joy and well-being. Now, the other interpretation of transformative coaching is simply the act of going beyond form itself. So form, in the way that we teach it here at the Transformative Coach Institute, is simply another word for thought. The power of thought is this ability that we all have to create forms out of this formless intelligent substance that we call mind. And it's these forms, when we believe them to be true, when we aren't aware that we're only experiencing our thinking moment to moment, when we are not aware that we're feeling our thoughts about things and not the things themselves. What tends to happen is our minds get cluttered. We start to scheme and think about how we can change the external conditions so that we may feel better on the inside. The problem with that is that that's just not how our minds work. That's not where experience comes from. Our experience is coming from the inside. It's all being generated from within. So we live in a world of our own thinking where we're constantly reacting to and responding to the thought that we're holding in mind. And that is all that we are being subject to, is whatever we're holding in mind. So the transformative coaching atmosphere is a space where people can go beyond the limited perceptions that tend to be habitual in our experience and gain a deeper understanding of who they are in the context of this awareness, realizing that the forms that are arising, that are appearing and disappearing in awareness aren't actually who and what you really are. And furthermore, the forms that are arising in awareness are also not the absolute truth about anything, which opens up possibilities that prior to this exploration were completely out of reach. So in that process, of course, there's tremendous healing, because we find that many of the identities we have formed, many of these stories that we have held for sometimes over the course of a whole lifetime. We discover them to not be true. We discover them to simply be products of our own thinking and nothing else, not something other than that. So there are tremendous possibilities that open up, and that's why some of our grads are working with children, some are working with CEOs, some are working with, the extent to which a deeper understanding of our nature can impact the well-being of people, human beings, regardless of the arena, regardless of the industry. As long as there are human beings there, and as long as human beings have a mind, then a deeper understanding of the inside-out nature of the human experience can create a tremendous and positive impact. So, in a little nutshell, that's what transformative coaching is. The how is what we cover in the training. But overall, that is at least a little nutshell. In coming videos, I'll share a little bit more of some different angles, different sides of the same diamond that we're starting to explore here. So, if you have any questions, please send them our way. You can email me directly at joshua@Transformative Coach Institute. Or if you have any support questions, you can always email support@transformativecoachinstitute.com. All right, create a beautiful day. Blessings.